Welcome to Political Discourse with Amao Babajide Samuel, and I'm glad to be your host on this program. In the last 24 hours or thereabouts, the Independent National Electoral Commission had just declared the results of the recent Area Council Election held in the Federal Capital Territory. Prior to this election, 4 area council were under the leadership of the ruling All Progressive Congress, while the People's Democratic Party was in control of 2 of the 6 area councils in the Federal Capital Territory. With the outcome of the just concluded election, 3 area councils are now fully under the control of the opposition People's Democratic Party, while 3 area councils are still being retained by the ruling All Progressive Congress. The council that was lost by APC to the People's Democratic Party is the AMAC Area Council. AMAC Area Council is the most important area council in the Federal Capital Territory because it is home to all or majority of the federal government parastatals, home to the executive, the legislature, and the judicial arm of the federal government of Nigeria. And every ruling party would desire to keep control of this area council because of its significance in terms of hosting the 3 arms of government in Nigeria. Unfortunately for the ruling All Progressive Congress, they have just lost AMAC, Abuja Municipal Area Council, to the opposition People's Democratic Party. The PDP won this election with a total of 19,329 votes, while the All Progressive Congress trailed the People's Democratic Party by 13,249 votes. Given that the All Progressive Congress has been in charge of the reign of power in the Abuja Municipal Area Council in the past 6 years, led by its chairman, Honorable Abdullahi Gandido, it will have been literally expected that the candidate of APC would have won that election. What could have been responsible for the loss of APC to the People's Democratic Party? And this you can trace back to the primary election conducted by the APC All Progressive Congress some few months ago, about 10 months ago, in April 2021. Following the primary election, keenly contested by 3 candidates. One was Honorable Sulaiman Gwagwa, who was a former member of the People's Democratic Party. Prior to the time, PDP lost control of AMAC administration to the ruling All Progressive Congress. Prior to that time, he was a secretary to the area council and was a grassroots politician. In 2018, Honorable Sulaiman Gwagwa defected from the People's Democratic Party, who was now in opposition in the area council, to the ruling All Progressive Congress, and he was warmly welcomed because of his political wit with which he had come to join the ruling party. Honorable Sulaiman Gwagwa supported the re-election bid of Honorable Gandido, and he won his second term in year 2019. However, another very strong contender was Dr. Muritala Usman Karashi, who had been a long-standing member of the All Progressive Congress long before the party won its chairmanship in 2016. The third candidate was Mr. Tanko Yamao, and after the primary election, Honorable Sulaiman Gwagwa was declared the winner of the primary with 110 votes. He was being trailed by Dr. Usman Karishi, who had 104 votes. And in the third position was Tanko Yamao. After the election, a lot of outcry was made because there was this 9 votes that belongs to Karishi that were disqualified. And it was assumed that, given that the sitting chairman of AMAC Area Council was supporting the bid or the candidacy of Sulaiman Gwagwa, that was the reason why Karishi had lost out in that election. After a number of consideration, the 9 void vote was eventually added, and that gave Dr. Murtala Usman Karishi the candidacy of the All Progressive Congress with a total number of 115 votes. These results caused a lot of controversies, which at the end of the day was only resolved by the Supreme Court of Nigeria that gave the primary election to Dr. Usman Karishi. At the Federal High Court, Dr. Usman Karishi was declared the winner of the primary, while at the Appeal Court, Honorable Gwagwa Sulaiman was declared the winner. Fortunately for Dr. Usman Karishi, he was eventually declared the winner of the APC primary by the Supreme Court, and that made him the sole candidate of All Progressive Congress in the AMAC Area Council. There was not such controversy in the People's Democratic Party as Mr. Christopher Saka was the popular candidate of the People's Democratic Party, and the party went into the election without much internal rancor within its members. Given that Abdullahi Jandido, who was the incumbent chairman of AMAC, was technically in support of Sulaiman Gwagwa, it was obvious that there was a crack in the APC rank in that local government, and that Dr. Usman would have to go a long way to reconcile with both the chairman of AMAC Area Council and the person of Sulaiman Gwagwa for him to be able to have an easy sale in the local government general election. Unfortunately, this reconciliation was not fully carried out until the February 12th election. And the result clearly showed the crack in the House of the All Progressive Congress, which the People's Democratic Party capitalized on by winning 10 out of the 12 wards and eventually winning the area council at the end of the day. Mr. Christopher Saka won with 19,000 plus votes, while he was trailed by the All Progressive Congress candidate in person of Dr. Usman Karishi with over 12,000 votes. As it is today, the All Progressive Congress had lost the most important area council in Abuja to the People's Democratic Party. And it's a signal to the party at the national level to get its house in order so as not to lose the 2023 general election. Thank you for being part of Political Discourse. Hope to see you again as we continue our observation and review of political happenings in the Fourth Republic. Thank you.